Welcome to the Time Management Podcast with me, your host, Abigail Barnes. I'm a productivity coach, global speaker, time management author, and award-winning entrepreneur on a mission to share the 888 formula with the world and to remind you that it's your time. Leave it to me to bring you new time management tips, tricks, tools, and strategies, to introduce you to guests, research, and case studies from around the world, and to give you a simple 5-step process you can follow to uplevel your productivity, achieve your goals, and create a life that exceeds your wildest dreams. I'm so excited that you're here, so let's get started. Welcome to the podcast. It's you and me, and today we are celebrating the milestone 100th birthday of the podcast. And for those eagle-eyed viewers on YouTube, yes, the candles have already been lit because yes, this is the second time of me starting the podcast, because guess what? The first time I didn't press record. Why am I telling you this? Because I want you to know that even though I have done 100 episodes of this podcast, we still forget to do things, we still make mistakes, and things are not perfect. Drum roll, please. Let's light the candles again for this 100th episode celebration. This is so incredibly exciting. I cannot believe that we are here today celebrating 100 episodes of this podcast that I started on my birthday, the 19th of October, 2023. For those of you who've listened to the podcast since the beginning, in episode 2, I told you that I had procrastinated over starting a podcast since 2020, when in 2020, I live streamed every single day during, let's just call it that funny period of our lives. And I didn't feel that the content was good enough to turn into an audio podcast. So I procrastinated and I didn't until 19th of October, 2023, I finally hit record on the podcast, and that was it. I'm sharing this with you because in life, people ask me, Abigail, how do you do these things? Everything that we want to do in life is simple, but it's not easy. It's simple because all you need to do is start. It's not easy because all you need to do is start. Let me blow these candles out so we can dive into the rest of today's episode. Today, in celebration of episode number 100, we are talking about what kind of procrastinator you might be so that you can stop this procrastination once and for all. Correction, so that you can identify every single time procrastination comes up throughout your life and work out how to stop yourself from going down procrastination alley. It's not something that we are actually going to be able to stop once and for all. It's something that we are going to notice and stop ourselves from doing. If your life doesn't look the way you want it to look, the good news is it can change. The not so good news is that your daily habits and hidden procrastination stories are what are keeping you stuck in this holding pattern, like an aeroplane at the airport waiting to land. I'm not sure if you've ever been in one of those waiting patterns at the airport waiting to land. It makes you feel sick. In this milestone episode of the Time Management Podcast, we're going to be talking about 4 types of procrastination and how to recognize which one is keeping you stuck. Because, my friend, it's your time to reprogram your mind. It's your time to boost your productivity, and it's your time to finally create the success that you have been waiting for. Because spoiler alert, it's been waiting for you. It's been waiting until today, until the day that you are ready to claim it. And here's an interesting thing that I heard on a training that I was on this week. If you don't claim it, no one else can claim it. If you have one of these beliefs that perhaps if you're successful, then other people can't be successful. If you have lots of money, other people can't have money, if you have the things, you're stealing it from somebody else. That is not how it works. There is something for you and there is something for somebody else. And if it is not claimed by you, it goes unclaimed. No one else can claim what is for you. Let that be your indicator that it's time to claim it. Because at the end of your life, the scorecard you will be measuring everything against will be what you did versus what you let fear stop you from doing. We've got a jam-packed episode for you, full of announcements and unique 100th episode special offers. In this episode today, I'm going to be sharing things, announcing things that I have never done, never given away before. I'm so excited that we've been able to hang out like this every single week since the 19th of October, 2023, when we launched the Time Management Podcast. During our time together, we've had 41 guests on the podcast who shared their relationship with time, the highs and the lows, the lessons, and how they use their time today to create the career, to create the business, to create the life that they enjoy living, so that it is proof for you that it's possible too. Because if they can do it, then you can do it too. We've also had 8 time management for entrepreneur and professional episodes where people have been talking about their time audit as well as what they discovered from doing the Finding Your Missing Hour 7-day challenge. And if you missed out on doing that challenge, then stick around because I will be letting you know how you can join us for the next one, as well as get access to the early bird price. Because we all get the same 24 hours every single day. But we don't all have the same circumstances, the same responsibilities, the same education, the same privilege, the same health, and the same mindset about time. Question: why don't you have enough time? Why don't you have the career, the business, the relationship, the bank account, the body, the success that you want? Maybe it's because you're procrastinating in one of these 4 ways and you didn't even realize it. What kind of a procrastinator are you? Are you procrastinator A? Are you procrastinator B? Are you procrastinator C? Or are you procrastinator D? Or perhaps you're a combination of all of them. Procrastinator A, analysis paralysis. How much time do you think you are spending planning, preparing, analyzing, and being ready to be ready? When will you be ready to just start? Or maybe you're B, the bartering bargainer. Are you a negotiator, telling yourself stories like, once I've done this, then I can do that. Once I've finished this, then I can have that. Or once I've had an early night, then I'll be able to do it first thing tomorrow. When will enough be enough? Or maybe you're C, constantly confused. How much time are you spending telling yourself that you don't know? Which is manifesting more of, I don't know. And your mind does not know the difference between I don't know and a new story that you could be telling it. And that new story that you could be telling it is, we'll figure it out. Or maybe you're D, deceptively distracted. Are you deep in a hole of qualifications, certification, and research? When will you know enough to get started? That's not to say that learning isn't good. It's simply to say, recognize where you are deceptively distracting yourself with a narrative that's not serving you. Because time management is simple, but it's not easy. It's simple because when we have conversations like this, it's so obvious. And the changes that we've discussed, they will create the results that you want. But when you are not conscious of what's going on, it's not easy because these changes are only discovered from a conversation like this, only discovered from a time audit, only discovered from doing the 7-day Find Your Missing Hour challenge. Because prior to that, prior to having that data, prior to having that information, you were unconscious about what was stopping you. I heard on a training recently the word belief. Let's split it up. Be, lie. The word belief has the word lie in it. So the question for you is, how are the beliefs, the stories that you're telling yourself, the lies that you're telling yourself, how are they keeping you trapped? And are you ready to start telling yourself some new lies? Are you ready to brainwash yourself into becoming successful? Because as we heard in episode 98, our guest who came on, Sonia, was advising that we write things on Post-it notes and put them around our home to advertise to ourselves. So rather than telling ourselves the same old lies, the same old stories, change happens the minute you decide it's time to change. Because we've been talking for some time now, 100 episodes to be precise. And it was when we stopped talking and when we started asking transformational questions like episode 15, where is all my time going, that things could start to change. And in episode 31, that's what Caroline Milne did when she shared that her time audit helped her find an extra hour and 15 minutes a day. And then in episode 70, that's what Simon Bergenroth did when he shared how his time audit helped make him 10 times more efficient with one simple change that he made. And then we had Dee Beverford in episode 78, who shared how his time audit helped him make one small change that increased his energy on a daily basis. Matthew Thiessen in episode 95 shared that his time audit helped him use his diary to manage his time more effectively. Jared Francis in episode 97 said that attending a breakfast talk that I delivered in Ipswich, as well as doing the Find Your Missing Hour challenge, helped him to become more productive than ever because he slowed down and he did this one thing. You'll have to listen to that episode for what that thing was. Then we had Sonia Dewars in episode 98, who said that after attending my breakfast talk in Ipswich, as well as doing that Find Your Missing Hour 7-day challenge, one simple change that she made helped her find an extra hour every single day immediately. And then in episode 99, Ruti Block shared that there were 5 changes that improved her time management fast after doing that 7-day time audit challenge to find her missing hour. And she joined us from the jungles of Costa Rica. For change to happen, they either invested in a copy of Time Management for Entrepreneurs and Professionals, or they joined the Find Your Missing Hour 7-day online group challenge. They audited their time, they acknowledged their habits that were stopping them, and then they made changes. Which brings us back to procrastination. It has a purpose. We've talked about it in 6 separate episodes here on the podcast so far. If you've not heard them all, go back and check them out. Your brain is sabotaging you to keep you safe. It makes the comfort zone so attractive that you don't see the prison walls. It makes the unknown more scary than the known. It tells you that your success or failure is who you are. and it triggers any trauma from your past, whether that is a big trauma or a small trauma, and it reminds you about what happened the last time, because your brain is trying to keep you safe, but really it's keeping you stuck. If procrastination is something you struggle with, we've got 6 episodes here on the podcast that you can dive deeper into for all of this. We've also got a webinar coming up that you'll want to join, 7 steps to quit procrastinating and get back in control. Use the link in the show notes to sign up for that webinar. As we wrap up this episode, if you're ready to do your time audit, in honor of the 100th episode, you can get a digital version of Time Management for Entrepreneurs and Professionals for a limited time for 99p. This usually retails at £5.99, and using the code IT'sMyTime99 via the link in the show notes, you'll be able to grab your ebook for 99p. If you would like a hard copy of the book or a hard copy of the workbook, then use the code podcast50. And in honor of this podcast episode today, you will be able to get 50% off your hard copy book or workbook order. And if you'd like to get both, you will obviously get 50% off the whole order. We'll be running another Find Your Missing Hour 7-day challenge in a month or so's time, depending on when you're listening to this episode. But so you don't get confused, join the wait list in the show notes below, and you will get notified, and you will also get that early bird discount code to join the challenge with as well. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, book me to speak at your next event, to deliver training for your team, then email inquiries@successbydesigntraining.com and let's have a conversation. The email address, again, in the show notes. If you're not sure where to start, then why not download a free chapter of Time Management for Entrepreneurs and Professionals? The link for that is in the show notes too. And before we call this episode complete, one last announcement to make. This is the last episode of the Time Management Podcast. We're taking a month off. We're leaving you with 100 episodes to catch up on, and we will be back in October 2025 with a new name, a new mission, and a new format, because it's your time and it's our time too. So subscribe to the podcast for updates using that link in the show notes to be the first to find out what's happening so that you don't miss out, or follow me on social media where we will be announcing what is coming next. It has been such a pleasure and an honor to hang out with you for the last 100 episodes since October 2023. And I cannot wait to see you back here in October 2025 with the brand new podcast format, mission, vision, and exciting new guests, new episodes for you to enjoy. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay well, and remember, it's your time. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you loved what you heard, be sure to let me know by leaving a review so I can keep the good stuff coming. Come and say hi on Instagram at Success by Design Training, or visit my website, successbydesigntraining.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search Abigail Barnes. Until next time, don't forget, you are amazing and it's your time.